Hey there, everybody. I'm Lance Dunn. I'm with Keller Williams, and just wanted to hop on a quick call with one of my preferred lenders, Manny Rizzuto with NJ Lenders Corp. He's one of the lenders that when people or clients of mine say, hey, I need help getting a mortgage, Manny is one of the people who I put him in touch with because he does a fantastic job. So just recently, I had sent out a market update email to my clients and vendors, just updating everybody on what's going on in real estate. And one of the things that we were talking about, Manny had replied to that email, and we were talking about affordability for buyers who are looking to purchase a home. So I thought Manny would be a great resource to kind of go over some of that to help people understand what affordability means and some of the questions that people may have in the mortgage process. So to hand it off to Manny real quick, what would you say about mortgage affordability in the current market that we're existing in right now?
It's phenomenal, and thanks, Lance. Appreciate the intro, and thanks for having me. It's good to get together again here a little bit. So yeah, I mean, here's this. In 2020, our numbers from an affordability standpoint are shaping up to be the 7th most affordable housing market in the history of our nation. That kind of says it all. Just to give a little background, take a step back, maybe pre-COVID, right around, I'll say, February of this year, so only 9 months ago, rates were right around 3.375 on a 30-year fixed, okay? I'm going to give you a little example because I think it'll depict really what everybody wants to know. Back then, that would afford you a $450,000 home at a $2,000 monthly principal and interest mortgage payment. 3.375, $450,000 that you're going to borrow, and that would be your mortgage payment, $2,000 principal and interest. Obviously, you have to add taxes and insurance on top of that, but the point is $2,000 for $450. Flash forward to today, we're at 2.625, 30-year fixed. That same payment of $2,000 is going to get you a house that's $50,000 more, a $500,000 house. So in the face of home prices rising, that interest rate reduction actually outweighs the pace of home prices that they've been growing at this year. So affordability has just never been, it's off the charts.
Wow. So if somebody was to purchase a home for $450,000 back in February of this year at the, what was it, 3.375
Yep.
Rate, okay, they would have a $2,000 monthly payment.
Yes.
If they purchase the same home today, or use the same $2,000 monthly payment, they could afford theoretically $50,000 more house because they could take on a $500,000 mortgage.
Because of the rate reduction down from to current day's pricing at 2.625.
And still have the same comfortable $2,000 monthly payment. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and that's amazing. And think about if we flash forward, now let's go about this a different way. If we flash forward 9 months from now and rates happen to go back up to 3.375, which is still, Lance, I mean, it's a phenomenal interest rate. Historically, 3.375, it's unheard of until now. Yeah. You get back to that level, and now you're losing $50,000 in purchase power. It's a delicate balance, and I just think the message that I think we both want to get out to people is, if you're looking to buy, there's no point in waiting. You're going to be hard pressed to find a more affordable time to do it than today. I mean, That's how I feel, genuinely.
Yep. And that kind of falls in line with, because sometimes people are like, well, what about if the housing prices are going to go down? Like, what if I buy the house now and the bottom falls out? Well, I'll tell you one thing, not to get into the weeds about future markets, but I'll tell you everything that led up to this housing market that we're in now has a completely different set of underlying fundamentals than what experienced back in 2008. And the only reason I'm pointing that out is to say, there is no reason to believe, at least in my opinion, everything I've read and all the analysts I've researched and all the conversations I've been with, appraisers and things like that, we're not going to see any kind of bottoming out or market crash like we did back in 2008. So as a matter of fact, a lot of predictions are that home prices are going to increase going into the future. So if somebody's looking to buy a house now, or buy in the future and they can't figure out what it is, now might be the best time, because if rates go up by half a point or 3/4 of a point next year, and housing prices increase another percentage or two, you're just looking to get less house for the same amount of money.
Yeah, and I think it's a simple thing. It's called supply and demand.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. The demand right now, there's many 33-year-olds that are starting homes, starting families, going to be buying their first home or upgrading in the next 3 to 4 years because their family's growing. That's demand. The millennial generation is immense. So if you have that level of demand and low levels of supply, that supports price, period. Yeah. That's not, and that's not debatable. It just is. So, obviously, like you've been saying, and I agree, we don't have a crystal ball, but what we did speak about is historics, right? 9 months ago, where we're at today, that's a fact. And it's also a fact that if rates creep back up to 3.3, you're going to lose some buying power. So I think we nailed it. I think people, should get motivated and be excited to move on something and get to having that discussion.
Totally agree. So if anybody's watching and you need any help with real estate related questions, if you should buy or sell, or if you have any interest in any particular property, I'd be happy to help you out with that. And if you need mortgage help, obviously Manny knows exactly what he's talking about. He's extremely well qualified, and he's one of my preferred lenders that I send people to when they need help. So thanks, Manny, for helping explain all of that. I know it's a lot of confusing information when it hasn't been digested the way that we did here for people. So I'm glad that you were able to come on and clarify some of those questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Great chatting with you again, Lance, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, what's the best way for people to reach out to you if they needed any mortgage related help?
You can text me or call me, 908-334-7182. That's my cell, or email me, mrizzuto@njlenders.com. That's who I'm with, New Jersey Lenders.
All right, so phone or email is best. Awesome. Thanks for your help again.
You got it. Thanks, Lance.
You're welcome.
See ya.